Hello friends, so in today's lesson we will be talking about task 7 of your Celpip speaking, right? So you might have seen my previous videos in which I have talked about different sections of Celpip. In total there are 8 sections or there are 8 tasks that you will be getting in your final exam. So today's lecture is based on task 7 and this task 7 is expressing opinions. So you will be given a statement and you have to express your opinion on the statement, right? So let's have a look on the question prompt here. Do you think children should wear uniform in school so that they are all dressed the same? So this is the question prompt that students or children should wear uniforms in school and you have to state your opinion for that, right? So here you get preparation time, you get 30 seconds to prepare and 90 seconds to speak. In Celpip speaking, you get 2 tasks where you need to speak for 90 seconds and this is the maximum time you are supposed to speak on this, right? So now I will be talking about tips, 7 important things that you need to keep in mind when you are going to plan your response, or a few things these you should or should not follow in your speaking practice, right? So the first we have here is you need to speak about a social issue, so try to get yourself familiar to Canadian social setup, right? So social issue means whatever they will be talking about, it is nothing related to academics or it doesn't have any concern to the study related things. It will just be a kind of things which are happenings in our daily life. Okay, so you need to get yourself familiar with the Canadian social setup. Now why it is important? Because this test is designed for Canada and designed by Canadians. So whatever your response would be, if you are speaking something related to Canada, related to Canadian culture and their rituals, so Canadians who will be the raters can understand what you are talking about, right? Because this exam is being conducted in different countries and people who are taking this exam are also of different countries. So keep in mind you should speak something related to Canada so that examiners can understand your response nicely, but again it is not mandatory. It is just a suggestions from my side so that you can improve your score in speaking. Second we have is don't waste your time to think about possible reasons to support each side. There are 2 sides, right? If we talk about in today's question prompt also, there are 2. Children should wear uniforms, should not wear uniforms, right? So if you start doing that way, thinking about both of the sides, okay, yes, there are possible reasons, no, then, okay, so in that way what will happen is you are just going to waste your precious time, right? So quickly choose to answer that is easy for you to speak. If you think you can very well talk about yes, they should wear uniforms, you need to think about that only. And if you think no, they should not wear uniforms, so you need to think your ideas for that. Okay, so you need to use this time 30 seconds. Third, keep in mind, remember, there is no right or wrong answer. If you say yes, that is all accepted. If you say no, that is again all accepted, right? So there is no right or wrong choice. So don't waste your time thinking you should agree or disagree with the statement. So wasting your time in like weighing down both of the sides, then choose one, is going to waste a lot of your time, because You only get 30 seconds. In 30 seconds only, you need to read the question prompt, you need to decide whether agree or disagree, then you need to have some supportive argument. At least 3 reasons you should have with yourself. Okay, so don't waste your time thinking should be right or wrong. Just leave it aside. Just quickly choose one. Okay, start talking about. Next is use preparation time effectively to list and organize convincing argument. Convincing argument means what you are speaking, right? So content is again most important. If you don't have very mature ideas, if you don't have logical reasons, definitely your response would be of low level. So if you really want to raise the level of your speaking, keep in mind you should not come up with childish ideas. Mature ideas that will show your intellectual level, that you are highly intellectual people. Next is start your response with your personal opinion, whether you agree or disagree. Whenever you are going to start your response, you should straight away start with your opinion. There is no need of giving a long line of introduction than coming to the point. Straight away you can give your opinion. Just an introductory sentence is sufficient before that. Then we have clearly introduce your opinion. Introduce means since they are asking what do you think? You think means I. So using I is the most important factor that can be used in this way. I personally feel that. In my personal perspective. Perspective means opinion. So in my personal opinion. So this again my. I would like to opine that. Again I. So using I, me, my, these kind of words are foremost important in order to start this response. Okay. So I would like to opine that. Opine means give opinion. I would like to give my opinion that. Okay. Then the last we have is keep in mind you should have time at the end to restate your opinion. Restate means speak again, because conclusion is always most important. You should not leave your response without conclusion. Otherwise, examiner or the person who is listening to your response would think that the time got over and you could not complete your response. So you must have a concluding sentence before the time ends, and this concluding sentence must include your opinion once again. Right? I hope this is clear. So these are all the do's and don'ts, what you should and should not do in speaking task 7. Right? And this is the question prompt that we have taken. Do you think children should wear uniform in school so that they are all dressed the same? So I'm just finishing my today's lesson here only, and this will be the question prompt. If you get your answers for that, so you can type those answers and write down on the comment section. And if you are still confused what to speak, how to speak, so you can stay tuned and wait for my next video. In task 7 part 2, I will be coming up with a sample response of the same sample prompt. Okay, so have a good day and all the best.